Hey, what's up, guys? Chris here with the how to migrate your WordPress database and website from one host to another. And at first, when I started off with this, I thought I'd get it done a lot quicker, but it took a while. It actually took over 24 hours for me to figure it out. So this is the best practice for how to do it. What I have opened up, I have Google Chrome, I have Firefox, and I have FileZilla. FileZilla is a freeware you can get offline. I'll put that in the link below. But the reason why I have these two documents open, or two windows open, one is going to be for one host, the other one is going to be to the host that I'm moving to. So without further ado, I will show you where I'm dropping my stuff at. I use iPage, so if you need help with iPage, comment below. I'll see what I can do. I'm gonna log in with iPage on both sides. The reason why I'm migrating one host to the next is because my promotional period ended. So for example, if you want the $1.99 deal, let me know and I can get you that deal. Otherwise, it's a lot. After 3 years, it goes up to $7.99 a month, and that's when they try to charge you a bunch of money. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in. Let me make this a lot bigger here. So I'm going to sign in. Sign in. Now on this side here, I'm going to sign in. Sign in. All right. So working off Google Chrome, the website that I want to move is called yourgeofilters.com. So just to show you what I'm moving, show you how content rich it is, how much media there actually is on there. That way you can see that it is a real website. Doesn't matter what the purpose of your site is or how much content you have. This, like I said, is the easiest way to do it, and I'll try to make this as brief as possible so you can go ahead and get back to work. So here's a website. Okay, it is a pretty media rich website, like I said. What I want to do is I'm going to log into the back end of it, and again, I'm using WordPress. So what I want to do, I want to have a few things open. I want to have my domain central open, and then I want to have my file manager open, just so I can see what I'm working on. Let's try that. Alright, so once I have that, I'm going to log in. Ignore that. Okay, whatever your login is. So what we have our site here. What I used, or what I used to use, is Updraft Plus. Now this is good for just maintaining your site, getting it back up, and I back it up once a day just in case. But what I'm going to use is called a plugin called Duplicator. So I'm going to go to my plugins. I'm going to go to add new. I'm going to search for Duplicator. And this is the easiest way that I found to do this. If you have a quicker way, you can let me know, but that's what I'm doing. Duplicator WordPress migration plugin. Installing. Once it installs, I'm going to go ahead and activate it. I'm going to activate. Once it activates, I'm going to click down here where it's going to be my WordPress thingamajiggy. So Duplicator, just click on the word Duplicator. And it's going to pop up with this here. It's going to ask me what packages. I don't have any packages right now, so what I want to do is I want to create a new package. And requirements, it says pass. This is going to be the name of the archive, storage, archive installer. So I'm going to click on next. The next thing it'll do, it'll scan my setup, which will take a little while. While it's doing this, I'm going to go set up my my FTP through FileZilla and my other host. So through here, I will set up my FTP, copy, paste, uh-oh. Alright, so then I'm gonna log into the FTP of where I want to move the site to. Another thing that I want to do is, so once I have that, here's my root folder, here's all the stuff that I have in it. Okay, I'm gonna end up moving all of my stuff to a folder called Your Geo Filters. It's not here now, but I'm gonna keep this up anyway. Show you how I organize my stuff. And then from here, I'll just get to my domain central, as well as my SQL database. Okay. Go back to Chrome. So it says scan is complete. Web server good. Total size. If I wanted to click on this, it would tell me how many files and things. Like I said, there's a lot of content on there. Large files, table details, build mode, okay, all that other good stuff. Yes, you want to continue. You'll click on build. So the archive. So now it's building the package. Once it builds the package, I can go ahead and download it. There's going to be two downloads for you. There's going to be an installer package. There's going to be a zip package or an archive package. You need to download both of those. The first time I did this, I only downloaded one, and I had to go back in and start all over. So be cautious of that. In the meantime, my domain central, this is my website that I'm going to move, and I'll show you how to move that in a moment. And then here's all my other websites for my original hosting. So I was hosting from Chris Bartel's at iPage, and I set something else up a little bit different. All right, again, promotional value, just to see how many files there are on here. Here's all my WordPress stuff, the README stuff, configuration files. So it's a pretty good size file. Go back here, packages is still building. Again, this part here takes the longest amount of time. And here it is. So you have your installer, where I have my backups. Here's all my backups. I'm going to make a new filter, Your Geo Filters, give it a short code. And then it's just installer.php. And you click on archive, which is going to save the archive in the same folder. Do not modify the file name. If you modify the file name, you're going to have to change it back. You don't want to do that. So down here you can see this downloading. This will take a minute. In the meantime, what I want to do now is prepare to remove my domain from here. Add my domain to here. What else I'm going to have to do is create a new SQL database. So I want to do that. So I'm going to hit the plus sign. Again, this is for iPage. I'm just going to use what I've used before. DB name underscore YGF or Your Geo Filters, and then I'm going to set this up here. I don't want you guys to see this, so you put in whatever you want. Okay, add database. So what I'm going to have now is a database that I could attach all my stuff to. So here's my database name, my username, use6. Here's my server name that I'm going to have to know later on. And the file is finally downloaded. It's complete. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to remove this domain here, yourgeofilters.com, remove domain. I'm going to go over to my Firefox iPage. I want to add existing, which is yourgeofilters.com. Click on add. Okay. Once I do that, I want to refresh, so I'll go to Domain Central to make sure that my domain is up. So the following domains I have. Okay, I have a bunch here. All right, yourgeofilters.com. If I click on it, I'm going to bring up more information. What I want to do is change my pointer from a home directory to a subdirectory. So the subdirectory is your geofilters. Okay. For geofilters. All right. Just wanted to double check something. So your save, and what that's going to do now, it is going to create a new folder. So right now there's no folder here. If I refresh the database, you'll see your geofilters. So I'll go to your geofilters. It's empty. I'll click on your geofilters on the local side. What I have are my two documents, and what I want to do is I want to select both of those, press enter, and it's going to move both files over. Now again, the file is pretty large. It is 4 gigabytes. So once you have your two documents uploaded into it, so you have your geofilters, which is where I'm moving it to. This is what I need to have. So what I will do now is from my Firefox one, the browser that I'm moving to, I want to go to your geofilters.com/installer.php. So it gives me my deployment, my archives, it gives me my information. Here's the database name. Here's why you don't want to change that file, because it locates that name there. All right, validation, it gives you some options if you want to do options, file times. For this, I'm going to do original file times. Notice I've read, absolutely. Running deployment process. Okay, so now it's going to deploy your actual file. But then it's going to ask you, where do you want to deploy your file to? So what I'll do is I'll get set with my SQL. So I'm going to be moving to this server name. I'm going to be using this database name. Then I'm going to be using this username that I already set. So what I want to do, there's two options here. You can connect, remove, create new database. For iPage, you cannot create a new database from outside the source. So what I'll do is connect and remove all data. Again, my local host is going to be this server name here. And then I have my database name that I created here. I have my username. I have my password. I'm going to go to options. Okay, I'm going to test my database. Success. I'm going to click on next. Run and install these files. Do I want to run and install these? Yes, I will confirm that. Installing database. So now your database installs. Once it installs, it's going to ask you to log into your website, the back end of it, and delete it. Now, the awesome thing about this plugin is you do not have to change any of your usernames or passwords. You don't have to make up anything new. If you want to, you can. There's an option for that, but you don't have to change your WordPress documents or anything. So, all right, update data. Yep, your geofilters. Here's my options to where if I wanted to change my stuff, I can. I'm not going to, so I'm going to click on next. I'm going to update the data. And that should be set. final steps, log in. So I'm going to go to my site login. It's going to bring me back here. Or I'll just go back here, your geo filters, reload. It's been limited. We'll go geo login. Alright, and then I will log in with my information like I did previously. From here, it'll have your migration almost complete. Take me there now. What it's going to have you do is clean up and click remove installation files. So here is my remove installation files. Okay, all my files are removed. I want to clear the build cache. Okay. Alright, awesome. So what I can do now is I can go back and check. I could exit out of my duplicator, and now I can check my actual site, which is going to be yourgeofilters.com. Again, this is all on a new host. This is a completely new server. And there you have it, folks. That's it. If you like this little tutorial, give me a thumbs up. Appreciate it. Signing off. Peace.